Angle properties. The first property, angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. That is, suppose if we have an angle over here like this, if this is A and if this angle is B, then A plus B will be equal to 180 degrees. It's not only with two angles, it can be with any number of angles. That is, if this angle is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. All these angles form angles on a straight line. So when we add all these four angles, A plus B plus C plus D, all these angles when we add, it is equal to 180 degrees. The second property, angles at a point add up to 360 degrees. That is, if we have a point and any number of angles at this point, suppose if this is X and this is Y and this is Z, or we can name with A, B, C, no problem. So it is X plus Y plus Z. That when you add it up, it will be equal to 360 degrees. It is not only this, any number of angle for that matter. Like this, I'll name it as A, this is B, this is C, D, E, and an F. So when we add A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F, all the angles which are formed at that point, when we add, it will be equal to 360 degrees. The third property, vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are angles which form an X. That is this angle and this. Suppose if this angle is A and this angle will also be equal to A. These are vertically opposite to each other. If this is a B, then this angle will also be equal to B. Any number, if this is 70 degrees, if A is 70, then here this side also will have 70 degrees. So vertically opposite angles are equal and they are formed in between an X. Now the next thing, angles in parallel lines. These two lines are parallel. Generally, parallel lines are represented with arrows. When they don't mention also, if these two arrows are there present, then we consider that these two lines are parallel. So now, when we have this angle and this angle between the parallel lines, these are called as corresponding angles and they are equal. Now, if you notice that this corresponding angles form an alphabet F, that is these two are parallel lines, this angle and this angle, they form an alphabet F. Corresponding angles are equal and they form an alphabet F. Now the next thing is alternate interior angles are equal. Again between the parallel lines, if it forms an alphabet Z like this, then these two angles are alternate interior angles and they are equal. This alternate interior angles form an alphabet Z. Now the next thing, interior angles add up to 180 degrees. This too is between the parallel lines only. That is, these two are parallel lines. These two are interior angles. That is, it will form an alphabet U. So when they form an alphabet U, this is between the parallel lines and these two angles. These two angles, this is between the parallel lines. So this angle and this angle are interior angles. When you add, suppose if you name them as A and B, when you add A plus B, it will be equal to 180 degrees. So between the parallel lines, we have three types of angles. One is corresponding angle which is equal. It forms an alphabet F. Alternate interior angles are equal which form an alphabet Z. Interior angles add up to 180 degree which forms an alphabet U. Angles in any triangle add up to 180 degrees. That is, whatever triangle, it doesn't matter. Suppose if you have A, B and C are the angles of the triangle, then A plus B plus C, that will be equal to 180 degrees. Now let us see a few special triangles: equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle and right angle triangle. Equilateral triangle, as the name goes, all the sides are equal. When the sides are equal, we just draw a line like this over the sides. That means all the sides are equal. When all the sides are equal, the angles opposite to the equal sides will also be equal. That is, if one angle is X, all the angles will be X only. So when we add X plus X plus X, all the three X's when we add, it will be equal to, as we know, sum of the angles is 180 degrees. So it will be 3X will be equal to 180 degrees. So X will be equal to 180 divided by 3. So it will be equal to 60 degrees. So in an equilateral triangle, every angle is equal to 60 degrees. So if we make a triangle and if it is equilateral triangle, then we can just write it as all the angles of that triangle are 60 degrees without any hesitation. Now the next thing is an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle, only two sides are equal. So when two sides are equal, the angles opposite to the equal sides will also be equal. So two interior angles will be equal in an isosceles triangle. In whichever direction it can be, it is not that only this way. Any way the triangle can be. That is, if these two sides are equal, then these two angles will also be equal. So whichever direction, we are just considering that two sides are equal. When two sides are equal, angles opposite to the equal sides will also be equal. Then a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle, this angle is 90 degree. So automatically the other two angles, when we add it, A plus B will be equal to 90 degrees. Then only these two 90 plus 90 will give us 180 degrees. Angles of a quadrilateral. The four angles of any quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees. Suppose if we have the four angles as A, B, C, D, then A plus B plus C plus D will be equal to 360 degrees. Parallelogram. Here opposite sides are parallel and equal. That is, this set is represented with one arrow and this set of parallel sides is represented with two arrows. Diagonals bisect each other. That means if I draw a diagonal like this diagonal will be equal to each other. That is, the diagonal is bisecting each other. Opposite angles are equal. That is, this angle will be equal to this, and here also the same way the opposite angles are equal. These are the three facts of a parallelogram. The next one is a rhombus. A special type of a parallelogram is a rhombus. If a parallelogram has all the sides equal, then it is called as a rhombus. So, all the properties of a parallelogram will be similar to rhombus, but here the diagonals bisect each other at right angles. Rhombus also, the diagonals bisect, but the angle between the diagonals will be 90 degrees. That is, the diagonals bisect at right angles. Diagonals also bisect the angles at the vertices. That means this is the diagonal. This angle and this angle will be equal. They bisect the angle at the vertices. Vertices are these corners. So this angle and this angle will be equal. The next figure is a kite. Two pairs of equal adjacent sides. That is, these two are equal and these two are equal. That is, these two pairs of adjacent equal sides. The longer diagonal bisects the shorter diagonal. This is the longer diagonal. It bisects the shorter diagonal, means this length and this length will be equal. The opposite angles between the sides of the different lengths. These two are different lengths, so these two angles are equal. Now in a trapezium, only one set of sides are parallel. So these two sides are parallel sides. And then these two angles, that is angle A and angle D, when you add, it will be equal to 180 degree because this is interior angle. So interior angles already we have seen, they add to 180 degrees. That's why angle A plus angle D equal to 180. Angle B plus angle C will also be equal to 180 degrees. Regular polygon. A polygon is regular if all of its interior angles are equal and all of its sides are of the same length. If a polygon has n sides, each exterior angle will be equal to 360 divided by n. That is, if you have a polygon, this is an exterior angle, all these exterior angles, if I mark it as A, B, C, D and E. Then if we add all these exterior angles, A plus, B plus, C plus, D plus E, all these will be equal to 360 degrees. In any polygon, it's not only for pentagon. Any polygon, when you add all the exterior angles, it will be equal to 360 degrees. So each exterior angle will be equal to 360 divided by n. A polygon is regular if all its sides and all the angles are the same. Any polygon, if it is not regular, is called as an irregular polygon. Sum of the interior angles of a polygon. Sum of interior angles of a polygon will be 180 n minus 2. This is the formula to find the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. Now the figure is given to us and we need to find the value for x. So now when we add all the interior angles, it will be equal to 540 because it is a pentagon. Or we can just find out using the formula of sum of the interior angles. So it will be, when we add up all the angles, it is 2x plus 75 plus 140 plus 3x plus 5 plus 3x. That will be equal to 180. And since it's a pentagon, n is 5. 5 minus 2. So when we add all this, it is 8x plus 220. This one, when you simplify it, it is 540. So 8x will be equal to 540 minus 220. So it will be equal to 320. X will be equal to 320 divided by 8. So it is 40 degrees. They've asked us to find the value for x. So x is 40. Suppose if they tell us to find the value of all the angles, then the next one is 2x. That is 2 into 40 is 80. Then here it is a 3x. 3 into 40 I have to find. Then 3x plus 5. So like that, you have to find each interior angle. Here we are asked to find the value for x. So we are stopping till here. Now here you need to find the value for x. It is when you add these two angles, it is angle on a straight line. So when you add them, it will be equal to 180 degrees. So x plus 2x plus 15 will be equal to 180 degrees. So 3x will be equal to 180 minus 15. So 3x will be equal to 165. X will be equal to 165 divided by 3. So it is 55 degrees. The third question, the figure is given. We need to find the values of A and B. Here the arrows are there. So automatically we know that these two lines are parallel. And when we take here, this is a triangle. So sum of the angles of a triangle will be equal to 180 degree. So when we add these angles, that is 78 plus 36 plus B. That will be equal to 180 degrees. So this is 114 plus B equal to 180 degrees. So B will be equal to 180 minus 114. So it will be equal to 66 degrees. So the value for B is 66 degrees. When B is 66, A, this is in the form of an F. So A will be also equal to 66 degrees. When we write it 66 degrees, it's always better to write the reason, corresponding angles. Here too we can write angles of a triangle. So in this topic of angle properties, it is always better to write the reason how you arrived at the answers. Because for this you will be getting 1 mark and for the reasoning you will be given 1 mark. Thank you.